年ぐらい前の東京の図です。
This is the picture of the Tokyo 300 years ago.
In the central part, castle of Edo, and the water spiral form, and very sensitive relation between green space and housing space. Very fractal relation.
As he said, the center part of the castle is located at the center, and around that there's the water is running. And the relationship with the housing, the other element is very fractal.
Next. Contemporary Tokyo. 断片的にはまだその頃の面影は残っているんですけれども、ほとんどこのようなその近代建築によって埋められてしまいました。
So this is contemporary Tokyo. Some parts still the legacy of the Edo period is remain, but most of them has been changed. So the cities all over the world is very similar in a way.
グリッドで埋め尽くされようとしています。
In the way of the dominated by homogeneous grid.
Next. で、これがさらに進行すると、すべてそのこの前面の通りにある欅の並木を抽象化してシルエットにして、それをどのような枝ぶりにするかと。そして、9本のこの木を重ね合わせながらこのようなネットワーク上のストラクチャーを作ったわけです。
In front of this building, there's this building.
少しずつ修正しながら、このようなパターンに置き換わっていくわけです。
It used to be the structure simulation. If we beyond their system of the simulation, if they want to go through all the process, but in these days, all the techniques has been improved, and the structure engineer has their own simulation. And even though we make this complicated the patterns, they can actually respond to create all the structure simulations.
Next. 次にこれはストレートな直線と何が違うか。私は建築をスタートした頃からその曲面の壁をよく使います。
The difference is what difference is the straight line or straight curve and the curved surface. That's one of the interest from his beginning of the career.
ストレートな壁を想像していただければ、その表側も裏側も全く同じ空間なんですけれども、それを少し湾曲させるだけで、その内側は、人はそこにとどまりたくなるような、壁によって保護されるような印象を受けることができます。
If you imagine the straight curve, you can easily imagine the inside and outside are relatively equal and the same. But once it's curved, inside and outside somehow different. Inside is more protected and different from the outside.
一方、この湾曲した壁の外側はなので、ちょっと解説が入っておりますけれども、あまり気にしないでいただいて。
This is the part of the TV program, and so there's a narration. So, but just ignore and see all the movies.
今ご覧いただいたように、そのチューブというストラクチャーによって、これはストラクチャーの問題だけではなくて、その上のフロア、下のフロアをこうやって視覚的につなげているわけです。
This is the tube structure we have at the Sendai Mediatek, and connecting above floor and the below floor by visually by using the tube structure.
もっと気にしないでください。これは。
Just ignore it.
ここでもその人々はその公園の中にいるかのように非常にリラックスしていろんな自分の好きな場所を選んで読書をしたりビデオを見ることができる。
In this building as well, people actually moving through in the park. People actually feel they relax, and also people can choose their own place within the building.
この女性は
Important key figure of the Sendai Mediatek. She is now is the mayor of the Sendai city, but she has a lot of important role creating the process of the Sendai Mediatek.
はい、OK はい、NEXT。もう一つの中部の基本的に4層の建物と考えていただければいいと思います。
Basically, there's 4 levels in this building.
この中に2000席、それから800席、そして200席という、3つのオペラができるシアターが入っています。
There's 3 different opera theater here. One is the 2,000 seats, and 800 seats, and 200 seats.
はい。次を。内部はご覧のようにこう連続する白い洞窟。
Every 10 centimeter and then connect within the section.
これだけを見たら私自身もどこのセクションかわかりません。
If you take a look only this section, even himself don't know where.
平面を切っても同じこと。
Even though you cut a plan, it's actually the same result.
Potongan gimana? Pemberaturan itu diatur.
どのようなその図面を描くのか、そして、どのように面積を計算するのか、一つ一つのことが、従来のマニュアルでは収まらない。
Thank you, Mr. Ito. Maybe I can invite the panelists to the front.
The people see in Singapore. Actually, when we are creating the People City in the design process, even though People City is located very close to the harbor front, the ocean, actually people doesn't have the access to the water. And in the roof garden of the People City, we're trying to create the water feature and the space. And in the design process, actually people say, people don't go outside, people actually doesn't, interact with the outside of nature. But actually when it's completed, people actually, especially the children first, went outside and they enjoy the water and enjoy the outside nature. And then actually the parents and adults follows that. This is something, we as the human beings still has some sort of the intuitive, more sort of the part of the animal way that we can actually react to the nature, and that actually responds to the how we actually live or living condition of the before the modernization, and as you mentioned as the technology and the nature, in the modern age we trying to resolve the how we can actually reach the nature by technologies, but in here not only the technology but the other way with the philosophy, we can create how we can actually mingle with the nature.
Well, maybe my follow-up question would be more connected with how Mr. Ito sees his work at this point, whether it's in opposition or continuation of the kind of work that has been produced by Tange, Kikotake, Kurokawa in a metabolist tradition. Whether this work that he has done is in a sense in opposition or in support or is in a continuation of that tradition of really still making a machine, right, huge machine, but with very rationalized support systems. Of course, in this case, a bit more romantic with overstructures, with all kinds of techniques embedded in it. So what are the, maybe perhaps from hearing from you, what are the credits that you would give to the metabolist movement, which I think is one of the greatest contributions theoretically of Japan to this discourse of Asian architecture?
私が、建築を考え始めたのは、丹下健三さんがオリンピックのスタジアムを作った頃、そして、メタボリストたちが大活躍を都市の夢を描いていた時代でした。で、そんな彼らに憧れて私は建築をスタートしたんですけれども、1970年にそれは崩壊した。それは大学の紛争とそしてエクスポ70というその2つのイベントによってです。
When he started his career of the architecture, which Kenzo Tange was very popular, and in the Olympic Stadium in Yoyogi was one of the most famous buildings when that time, and also the Metabolist. Kenzo Tange and Kikutake Funori as one of the figures that reading the old architecture. But in 1970s, around we have the Expo in Osaka, and around that time, 1970s, kind of that city dream has been collapsed.
もう一つ大学紛争という大きなイベントがあるわけですけれども、その2つのイベントによって、そのメタボリストたちが描いていた
硬さとその相反する感じがするんですね。それは意図的にそういうつながりを作ったのか、その一つその自由さを強調するためにグリッドを使ったのか、そういうどうなんですか？
You have to clarify a little bit more in very simple sentence. You're trying to say in the architecture we're creating, we use the grid and deforming grid, and also in, for example, the case of the Sendai Mediatek, we're trying to create more free space which people can find the place. Right? Your question is that what's the connection between those like off-grid system and also the people actually can choose the price, or what is the exact the point of your question?
I find that there's some sort of contradiction between the freedom and the rigidness of the grids. So I want to see how. I just want to know his justification between using those two elements.
もちろん人によってその価値というのは違うと思うんですけれども、私はその自由であるということを
very easy solution, but maybe we cannot do that in the new centuries, and in the way that and maybe your question itself is there is no such a contradiction, I think, in between the making the grid system and the what was that the other nature thing, but towards the new architecture of the new centuries, machine analogy has been died and it's completely gone. So we really are trying to create or trying to find the new types of architecture.
I think with that kind of vision of a new future, I'd like to thank the panelists Mr. Cheng Seng Yao on my left side, Mr. Jeffrey Ho, Director of Design Singapore, Associate Professor Wong Yung Chi, Head of the Department here at NUS, and of course, Toyo Ito for a wonderful lecture and inspiring conversation afterwards. I'd like to invite Student Representative Dong Lin from the Architecture Society to present a few tokens